All right, and let's give it that room silence for just a few seconds.
Yeah, I was quiet for like
What?
7 or 8 whole seconds there, Tyler.
What was that? Like,
I think was
Darth
that a mug?
Vader?
I assume some type of cocoa.
I was sipping on vodka. That was a bad idea. I was just trying to be an asshole.
Trey, do you smell that?
I don't know. What am I smelling right
It smells like Up Gamers in here.
now? Oh my fucking god. Anyway, hi Tyler, you're back.
Hey, Tyler, welcome back.
Hi.
Finish the joke, Trey.
What's up, gamers? Dan.
What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of another low effort podcast.
Oh no, Dan.
Today,
Dan, can you hear that in the distance? It's all of the 6 people who listen to us unsubscribing and unfollowing.
actually, I'm pretty sure
us.
that's the sound. As soon as I said that, I'm sure that, Garrett's laughing at least. Garrett, you got my back. Garrett, when you get this message, text me a picture of darkness, like from Konosuba, with no
Oh.
context.
Okay, I was gonna say just actual darkness. He just sends you a black
Yeah.
photo. Anyway, Tyler's back. Hi, Tyler.
Hey.
Yeah.
So this is
'Cause
our
we got too many
episode
things
where
to
we're going to
talk
talk about just anime and like TV, right? We're not going to touch video games at all, isn't that
No.
right?
Yeah, definitely
we're
not one
gonna-
video game.
Yeah, there isn't any video games. It's a good thing that video games are dead. No, there are no
Yeah,
good
yeah.
video games
Yeah,
came out
no
anymore.
major release has
Nothing
come out.
happened in video games recently. Nothing.
Yeah, no, I don't even play video games anymore, man.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because Smash Bros. Killed my will to play anything but Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Came out, guys.
Guys, yeah. No, I can say for Ultimate, I got it. I like it. I
got
played
it.
way too much of it
I
already.
enjoy it. I played. Yeah, I must have put in like almost like 20 hours, almost maybe. It's like in the story.
Oh, 20 hours, jeez.
I know, right? It's such a lightweight.
Yeah. Wait, did
How
you
many
beat World of
characters?
Light yet, or?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. I think I'm halfway done, but I don't know for sure.
How many characters have you both unlocked?
All of them.
I unlocked all of them, but I did a bad thing, which I hear they're gonna patch out.
Yeah,
If
because
you-
yeah.
The one thing, like, of the brief criticisms I have on the game, the one thing is the character unlock is random now.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like because like
Yeah.
I was hoping. I know we touched on this a while ago. I was hoping that it would be like there'd be certain like maybe there could be like a pool of random characters. I was hoping like some characters would be unlocked through like challenges,
hmm
which I get why they didn't because like that's kind of really shitty to like people who main those characters that they're gated like that. But I don't know. It didn't have to be
Yeah.
hard challenges. Like it could be like switch your language and you get somebody like a specific somebody. I know like that's the trick. You switch your language and it resets the time, but it's just timer based.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of silly.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it's more so just like I did the thing where I did that to like quick grind out characters because I unlocked 3 characters I hate to play and I'm not good with in a row. I got like fucking Wii Fit Trainer, Wario, and I think like Mr. Game and Watch. No, not Mr. Game and Watch. It was Villager all in a row. And I was like, okay, can I get a character I like, please?
Right.
How dare you hate Mr. Game & Watch?
I'm really bad with Mr.
Yeah,
Game and
I'm
Watch.
also really bad. You want to see me play Mr. Game and Watch? I just spam his side B over and over and just
I
kind of
mean,
hope
I'm
I get a
not
9
good
hammer.
with him, but he is fun to play.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those characters. Like, Ryu is a blast to play for people. I can't, but...
I enjoy Cloud. I've been playing a lot of Cloud recently in the game. I don't know. Maybe it's my inner weeb. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been spamming Little Mac and Crom.
Yeah. But I enjoy it. I think the roster is really good. I like even the clone
they
characters
all-
feel pretty distinct from each other. Like I was playing Daisy and she feels way faster than Peach.
Yeah, well, even
But-
like Crom feels like Roy and Ike's bastard child, and I think that's why I like him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I mean, I like it. We can sing praises. We'll touch on. It's not a controversy to say Nintendo. Your online, at
Oh
least
my
when we were playing
God.
it, is ass.
It's so
Yeah.
bad. It is unplayable. At least because like most of us have pretty good internet. Like,
I don't.
pretty
but
solid
I'll also be
internet.
upset.
And it
Yeah.
didn't matter who was hosting, it just crapped out. We couldn't do it.
Yeah, the fact that there was a full second of input lag.
Yeah,
so you
like-
can't play anybody, you can't play anybody who needs to combo or be skill dependent.
Yeah, it just was getting to the point where people were like, "Is this like, yeah, just pick a heavy character because like
Yeah, just like
There's
pick
no
a
way
heavy
they're gonna be
character,
able to
spam
stop
their
you from
side
just-
smashes,
Yeah.
hope you hit somebody. But I mean, that's minor. And again, I didn't really buy it for the online, if I'm going to be honest. I might play some later
mhm.
if
yeah."
they fix it.
I mean, I would like to play online. It'd be nice to play with people who aren't in state, but
Mhm.
or like just
Yeah.
take it on the ladder and then get my ass kicked by like literally everyone. But
Yeah.
it would like that would be nice. But yeah, I don't mind I don't mind us playing locally right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, World of Light has enough time to kill all the classic modes. And the challenge board, actually, I do like the challenge board a lot.
Yeah, I like it too. I like that. I like the World of Light stuff. I liked it more than I thought I would. I'll say that.
Yeah. I'll say the spirit fights, basically, for everybody who didn't get a character, is really nice. Like, it's cool how they do all the different spirit fights.
Yeah, and it actually makes you almost feel like you're fighting against that person because they like color them the same way or like making them the same.
Yeah, they
size.
color them, and it's kind of like stuff like they throw in like little in-universe in-jokes. So like if you're playing against, okay, I did actually say this. I kind of want to play this as a game mode in the game, but they basically make it Street Fighter, where you reduce all the jump powers to like basically 0, so increase gravity. Make it a stock mode and a 1v1 on Final Destination, and it's basically like playing Street Fighter.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't do that one.
Yeah, I saw him in World of Light. It's how it's to unlock all the Street Fighter characters, or when you fight them. But yeah, Smash is good at this point.
Coming in as somebody who hasn't played it at all, I did think it was a little strange. The one thing I did see is having it played at a restaurant recently. So we're doing some one-on-ones, and it was interesting how apparently these like random challengers or whatever can show up even when you're in a multiplayer mode. Because all of a sudden, like, Cloud or something showed up and just started fighting the first player.
Yeah, it should be after they finish, like, the mode, or after they finish the match.
It could be. He might have exited and tried to go into a different mode, and I just wasn't paying attention. I just thought that was kind of...
Yeah, because I haven't... as far as I know, that's not
a weird thing. So that just put a break on our, like, okay... I guess we're not playing against each other right now because.
Yeah, I mean you can do you couldn't do 1v1s without having to worry about people hopping into your game.
But anyway, moving on from end verdict, Smash Bros is good. You probably already own it.
Yeah, if you were at all interested, you probably got it.
Yeah. But anyway, let's move on to that degenerate weeb crap, or other decent TV shows. Tyler, you and I need to have a talk. I know.
Yes.
And try and convince Trey that he should watch the show that is currently saving anime from the one and only Studio Trigger.
Yes. Squidman.
Okay, so is it officially like Gridman, or is it just S Gridman?
I don't know, because there's 4 S's.
Yeah.
And saying SSSS Gridman is dumb.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, well, obviously you're not real fans.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna refer to it as Skridman.
Yeah, I do like Skridman.
I don't know. You might not be. I think the only way I can be convinced to watch it is if you go SSS
Gridman
every single time you talk.
Well, if it'll make you watch it, I will do that for the rest of this episode.
Yeah.
I'll refer to it as SSSSSS Gridman.
It'll be a really good sound for the audience.
Those S's are always great. So.
I mean, it probably sounds
really
better
good,
than just...
especially in... it's
Gridman. No, you know what it is? It's when you're trying to convince people to show. It's like, oh, hey, what you watching? It's Gridman.
Yeah,
but
it's good. It is so good.
Yeah, especially we've been building up. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I think I just watched episode 10.
Is there 10 or 11 episodes out right now? I'm honestly not sure. But
I think at the current date and time, there's 10.
There are 10.
They kind of... The 10th episode really... They've kind of been, like, skewing things a certain way, or kind of, like, hinting at some big things. Also, do we know, is it only going to be a 12-episode show or like a 24?
I'm not sure, but if they're gonna try to like wrap some of this stuff up in 2 more episodes, then they're gonna have to really push things along. Like,
yeah, that's like the big thing I was thinking was like, oh man, this has been going really good so far. I hope Trigger doesn't trigger it up.
yeah,
I mean, after Darling and the Franks, I have actually
that's true because they completely messed that up. Like,
Yeah,
they ruined that so hard. Did I ever? I think I must
you
have
talked
talked
about
to you
it
on the podcast. I mean, I brought it on the podcast like twice, but man, freaking Darling and the Franks made me so mad.
yes,
yeah.
Trigger saved anime with Kill la Kill, and then they killed it. They shot it in the back of the head.
Took it out back. Beat it with a shovel.
with Darling and the Franks.
Yeah, jeez.
Well, they've got another, at least potentially really good thing here with SSSS Gridman.
Yeah, I will say with Gridman, I like it. I like it a lot. It's not going to crack my top 10, 20, or anything.
No.
As far as Trigger shows go, I'm still gotta say, I mean, besides Kill la Kill, I liked. Kisniver, though, I think a lot of people sleep on Kisniver.
I mean, I've still never seen it.
You really should. If anything, just watch the OP because the opening is so good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen Kisniver.
Yeah, it's the one where all the people are like linked, so they all feel each other's pain and what can people be like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a character who's basically Mako from Kill la Kill, but not the worst.
Yeah. No, that was a good show. Kisniver was good.
Yeah.
This is definitely not there, but it's pretty good, and we'll see. Of course, it all depends on how they end it up. But
yeah, again, just expect like maybe in 2 weeks I'm gonna come on here and just be like, okay, they did it, they fucked it up. Do you know what they did? They took it and they fucked it up.
They fucked it right up. Just fucked it right over there. I mean, I don't know if anything can top Inferno Cop.
Oh my god, I forgot that was Trigger even.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Inferno Cop?
I have not.
Tyler? Do you have an extra hour and a half?
I'm gonna link you some clips of Inferno Cop because that is a beautiful mess.
Oh my god, Inferno Cop is just like the greatest show. I think I showed Matt and Katie Inferno Cop like in an hour. I was like, "Hey guys, we're gonna watch Inferno Cop." They're like,
"Yeah," because it's just that short.
I think it's all on Verve, Crunchyroll, or whatever. Actually,
probably is.
But man, that's a gem that they made with like 60 cents.
Yeah, 60. Yeah, they had 3 quarters. They just got out of the arcade. They had 3 quarters left, and they were like, "Guys, Inferno Cop."
Oh my lord!
All right. Yeah. So for Skridman, like, does the CG get better? Because
no.
Okay. So I gotta preface this. I don't like CG mecha like that much. I don't. My opinion on CG in anime is a lot of, if it's in the background, I don't notice that often, like cars or whatever. That's a whatever. I don't really mind it. But usually, if there's 3D, I wish they would just go all or nothing. Like either don't use it or use it for the whole thing. I get really upset. Mecha with 3D, it just don't. I
would say that honestly, the mecha parts are really, in some ways, not as important in this.
Yeah, okay. The show is very much like it is, a mecha kaiju monster of the week thing, but it doesn't really focus on the monster of the week.
And honestly, each episode tends to be like with 25, 24-minute episodes, it's like 20 minutes of stuff happening, an interesting story, and then like just a few minutes of like mech battle at the very end.
Yeah, it's like Gridman shows up, Gridman punches thing.
And that's the battle. But
yeah.
The interesting stuff is the stuff that happens the rest of the time. Beforehand, in the school, in the town, mainly between the characters, because there's pretty much only like 6 characters in the entire...
Yeah. Although...
But tell me, is this anime an allegory for puberty, like every single mecha anime of all time?
I don't think so. At least I haven't picked up on puberty.
Yet?
Are you?
Yeah, not yet.
Are you sure?
Not yet. This is Studio Trigger we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is former Gynax. Like, or this is like bunch of Gynax employees. That like that's like all they do is make mecha about puberty.
Speaking of which, quick side note, because I just want to touch on it real quick. Do you guys see that Ava is going to be on Netflix now?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so ready. I have wanted to watch Ava in like not because like when I watched it, I watched it in high school and I watched it like really low resolution, like those like cheapo video anime viewing sites. Like, and so I just would really love to see it in like either HD or at least DVD quality, like at just like not garbage quality. And I also want to see if it holds up. I haven't seen it in years.
I mean, how do you feel about the fact that they are redoing the entire dubbing of the series with a new cast?
I mean, I watched it in sub anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, well.
Are they doing the movies? Or
so from what I see, yes. They're at least going to have End of Ava.
Yeah, 2 of the movies. Okay. Yeah, and I think they said they're going to have 2 movies. They're not going to have the reboots because those aren't done, I guess. Okay. So like the rebooted, which is too bad because I really like the first 2.
And honestly, the movies kind of because the movies, at least the ones I remember, they're basically just a retelling of the story. And I think they're gonna change the end.
Oh yeah, I mean the second half of the second one and the third really changed the story, like completely changed it. There are some fan theories going around, but at this point, who the fuck knows? I won't go into it because there's a lot of spoilers for you guys, and you guys need to watch Evangelion. I'm gonna make Dan watch Evangelion.
Watch it of my own volition.
You're probably gonna hate it. Or either that or be neutral.
I watched it until I think Asuka came into the show,
okay, so
and then I just hated that character so much that I stopped watching the show. But I do know the end.
She gets a lot better. She is really inflammatory. I mean, none of the cast is all that likable.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it. But Trey, you know how I feel about overhyped old anime. Particularly, two shows come to mind in particular.
But you like Trigun.
I liked Trigun when I was like 16. I haven't watched it since then. Also, Trigun was probably one of the first anime I watched. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opening that can of worms because we're talking about SSSS Gridman.
Yes,
we were talking Gynax, and I remember Gynax has let go of their death hold.
No, I mean I'm glad you segued into that. I'm excited, but I know Ava is a very divisive anime, so I'm not gonna get into that one.
Yeah, bare minimum, you have to say it's influential or.
Yes.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Like mecha changed completely after that came out.
But speaking of mecha, Gridman. I think you should watch it, Trey. If anything, you'd like it. I think also because it does the Monster of the Week thing, and I think earlier I mentioned right now it's kind of doing a deconstruction.
Ooh.
I hate
a
deconstruction or subverting tropes, which I hate saying, but it kind of is in like a cool way.
I'll give it a go. I watched the first episode.
Yeah, no, I just appreciate that it's a mecha one that doesn't just focus on the battles, and it's I don't know, it's very different, and I kind of like that about it, and it's really a more interesting story than that because I would say it's really the mecha is just a genre they used to tell a story, and the story is really different, and really it's more about not necessarily the character that they I mean it's really not about the Gridman character. I guess Gridman is his own thing, which is also weird.
Yeah.
But is it Hibiki? Is that the main?
Yeah, Hibiki.
Hibiki. That it's really not about him. He's just kind of there to be somebody to play off. I mean, really, the whole Gridman crew, I feel like, is just there to play off of the character that the show is really about. At least that's my
Mhm.
thought on it.
Hmm.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you would agree with that, Dan.
I think so. Yeah, I think again, it's more you're kind of seeing like the human interactions more. If anything, I think a good analogy I kind of saw reading some articles. It's like you know how when you would watch the Power Rangers growing up, and they would have the B plots of like, oh man, person is being bullied at school. Let's somehow let this tie back to fighting monsters, but it's kind of more the thing of like, what if those B plots were the focus of the show and they didn't suck?
Okay.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's
Well, I
that's
think
kind of how I
think
feel.
you
It's very good. Again, they just kind of like you said, they use the monster of the week as like a framing thing, and a cool design choice that I like what they did with the monsters. While we're talking about them, Trey, I don't know how you feel about this, but the bad CG on the monsters.
Yes.
So I do kind of like that. I watched some videos and I saw some discussion, and apparently the CG on them, it's supposed to really look like it's a foam suit from the old Gridman series. If that makes sense.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Is there an old Gridman series? Because I was not.
Yeah,
aware of this.
there's an old like live action one.
Yeah,
I
he was
think.
like an old mascot character, like Ultraman or something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
I'm gonna have to look
that's
into
why
that
this
now.
is. Yeah, I mean it's old like Monster of the Week, 80s or like 60s fun time show.
It's very old, really old.
Yeah, but the CG on the monsters is very much meant to still look like it can be a giant person wearing a foam suit, which I kind of like. With the exception of, I'd say, the newest monster in the latest episode, I think, which acted completely different than any other monster, was very much not a person in a suit, if you get what I'm saying, Tyler.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm also like, oh, things might be a changing.
Yeah. No. So much is, and I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting. There's a lot going on in it, and I honestly want to come back and talk about it when it's all out.
Yeah,
And
that's
maybe
like the
do
thing.
a spoilery bit.
Yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at. Is I hope Trigger doesn't trigger this up.
I have no faith.
I don't either. The fact that it's another IP, so they're not acting on their own, but A1 Pictures could have fully stopped them.
A1 Pictures had they were the ones funding that project. They could have been like, Trigger, what is this alien shit? And why are we putting it? Why is 02 3 stories high?
Well, because they already ripped off Ava, they might as well rip off Gurren Lagann.
Exactly. That was it. Like the premise was Ava, and then at the end they were like, "Wait a minute, we made Gurren Lagann too. Okie doke, let's go."
Wait a second, how did this happen?
It was aliens the whole time.
Yeah, but in Gurren Lagann, we figure out it was aliens the whole time. Like
halfway through the
at least.
series, like where that reveal should have been. Instead of, like, the last, 4 episodes or whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh, Trigger. Please don't screw up Sigridman.
Anyway.
I put too much time in.
I'm gonna... changing topic, if we're still talking weeb shit.
Yeah.
Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. I know I've talked about this before. I've talked about it.
Yes.
It's really good. I think everybody should watch that show. It's...
Yeah. Have you watched it yet, Dan?
No, at this point I'm just holding out.
Okay. So Trey, are you caught up on it?
No, I'm almost caught up with it. I took I'm like a couple episodes behind.
Okay. So I guess my only slight issue with the show so far is it is very much like Chill Guy somehow understands everything about every person and what they're thinking and feeling and is able to solve all their problems because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I can, I've been kind of enjoying the show so far, but I really don't know if I can, empathize with the main character at all, because he is just not really a human being.
Yeah. No, the thing is, that's kind of what I like about him, is the fact that he's just, this emotionless blob. He's, because, my main issue with a lot of these, especially harems, with this is it's not really, but
it's right on the border.
It's harem in the sense that it's a mostly female cast, though the main character is only interested in one of the characters, so it's not like it's a. But usually in those kinds of shows, the main hero,
two of the characters, kind of,
yeah. I mean, if we're gonna get into spoilery talk, being the operative
kind
word.
of.
But
Yes.
but yeah, it's I just like the fact that like he's not just like this cookie cutter like good guy character most of the time. He's a kind of an asshole to most people. I don't know, like
Yeah.
that's why I liked the show so much, is because the dialogue is so good. Like I really like enjoy how the characters play off each other.
That's true.
Like,
and the interactions between him and his, like, the girl he likes,
Yes.
the bunny girl,
are amazing.
are pretty
That's
great.
they're fantastic.
Yeah, those are
I
good.
just really because like I don't like romance anime very much. Usually, it's not usually my cup of tea. So like the only reason I started watching this one is because there was like that whole supernatural mystery aspect to it. And weirdly enough, the supernatural mystery stuff is not what's keeping me there. It's mostly the romance. I just think that's really they play off each other really well, and all the other characters kind of play off him too.
That's
well.
the other thing I don't really like about the show too, though, is that kind of supernatural thing of the one science character who is like, "Oh, let me explain all this off. It's all quantum physics."
It's all quantum physics. When it's obviously not. It's just it's complete bullshit.
No, guys, this is exactly how quantum physics
Yeah,
works.
it's always complete not like she just like goes off and this is like this is so wrong. This is so wrong.
Yup.
Yeah, no, okay, I did hear that from the show. They're just like, oh, hey guys, quantum physics, particle
theory. Did y'all
theory.
watch Steins Gate?
Yeah, I did, Trey.
Yeah.
That was mostly, quantum physics. We know what that is.
Yeah.
Quantum mechanics, that's definitely what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the part...
I feel like every single thing is like, oh, it's quantum entanglement.
Yeah, I think the one that really got me... that I was...
How does quantum entanglement do 20 different things?
Yeah, the thing that really got me was when there's a plot where the character keeps waking up on the same day over and over. And the way she explains it makes so little sense that I'm just like, how are you the smart character? You're just making shit up.
I'm pretty sure, Trey. It's like Groundhog's Day. You ever seen Groundhog Day?
Yeah, it's like Happy Death Day, your favorite movie, Dan.
Yeah, which I'm
Not
fine
enough
with the
liquor in the
plots
world.
about like repeating days and stuff
Oh
like that.
no, the actual plots were fine. It's just like the explanations were hilarious, so I just kind of got really past it.
Yeah,
I actually really liked those two.
So bad, like it was kind of detracting from the rest of the show. Just like whenever those segments would come.
Yeah,
in.
I actually liked those two episodes quite a bit too, like with the repeating days. Even like if you just ignore the explanation and just kind of go with the show's internal logic, like sure, that's how quantum entanglement works. Why not?
I would have preferred they were just like, yeah, it's fucking magic.
Yeah,
just
right? Like,
deal
why do
with
we have to have a science character that explains all that shit? Especially because in her own art, she, like, it barely makes sense.
Yeah, actually, I'd be okay with that. Fuck it, goblins.
Yeah, it's
magic goblins.
It's the fucking Time Eater Witch again, that damn bitch. Eating all my time.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you ruin some of the magic things. By explaining it with science.
And this, I don't know. It doesn't detract enough, like barely at all, because I just kind of ignore it. It's not a huge. It's not.
Yeah, that's true. I don't get me. Yeah, I'm still into the show and I'm still watching it. It's just
It is a negative though. Like I'm not just gonna ignore it and be like, there's nothing bad with the show because the character one of the major cast is an idiot who just pretends to be a smarty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh Lord!
But it's a good show.
I might watch it.
I recommend it.
I might pick it up. I might pick it up when I
really-
finish the current season and stuff.
Yeah. I really like there's a kind of a side character in that show that I actually really enjoy, who's kind of like the best friend.
Oh my god,
guy.
he's amazing.
He's so good.
He's the best guy. He's just a pal all the time.
Yup. Despite the fact that his
girlfriend's a raging bitch, just the whole show.
Yup.
It's just, he's good. I don't know. I mean, if you're recommending me Gridman, I gotta recommend you this one because this is my anime of the season so far, ignoring JoJo.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's been too much good anime this year.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. It's gonna be
You know what I forgot? Devilman Crybaby came out this year.
Right?
Wait,
oh my
really?
god,
That was
that
this
came
year?
out. Yeah,
That was
that
this
came out in
year.
like January
I guess it
or
was,
Yeah,
February.
like
because
literally
Like,
the beginning
we
of the
recorded
year,
it in the
but
podcast, so it must have been.
yeah,
pretty much.
exactly. So it must have been this year. But like, shit, dude. Like, it's gonna be really hard to top some of the anime that came out this year.
yeah. Oh, one more anime. If you guys were done talking on Funny Senpai Rascal Girl,
Sure.
I will, Trey. I also kind of want to. I don't know if this is really a recommendation as give it another chance. Zombieland Saga is doing fine. It's good, actually. It's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, it's not like I vetoed watching it. I just was watching other things.
Yeah. Because I've been watching Zombieland, and it kind of does a thing where there's. I don't know. I'm gonna call it. This is a new term. It's the Black Mirror effect for me. There's like 2 episodes that I hate, and I'm like,
And
oh.
like the rest are great.
Yeah, well, and the rest are pretty good. But there's 2. Like again, the 3rd episode almost ruined the show for me. I was like,
Yeah. I was probably just gonna skip that and just keep going because it sounded really bad.
I mean, it's just
Or
generic
like, at
idol
least,
in that show.
or just start watching it, and if it pissed me off, to skip it.
I mean, if anything, just watch the idol show at the end of the episode and be like, oh man, why did they use CGI?
Yeah. Right.
And then they used those models like one more time, I think in like episode 4, and then they were like, I think they got so much negative feedback. They were like, all right, guys, stop, don't X-nay the CGI models, kill it.
Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should not do that.
Yeah. But it's been pretty good, and actually some of the characters have been developed.
Yeah, I'll definitely go back to it. I just was doing anything.
Yeah, I'll have to take a watch
Yeah.
of that one too.
I like it, yeah, and I hate idol shows. I don't get.
It was really. I just like it because it was really funny.
Yeah, and I don't get why a lot of people now or a lot of like popular reviewers that I watch are like, oh man, now I'm gonna watch a bunch of idol shows. I was like, no. You know what I hate about this show? Every time they actually do anything idol-y.
Yeah, no. What I like. Yeah, exactly. If it had just been an idol show, I wouldn't watch any of it. Cause
Yeah.
I don't like idol anything.
Yeah. No, exactly. I'm just like, nope.
So I know you said one more anime, but I'm gonna talk about one really quick. I'm not sure if either of you have seen it. I don't think I've heard you talk about it before. But there was a anime movie that came out recently, and it had like a very limited showing throughout the U.S. But it's called Mirai.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it. I was gonna see it.
It was good. It was
good.
good.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I just haven't. But I think we were gonna go see it, and then something ended up happening, and then we didn't we didn't end up seeing it.
Well, just to say a little bit about it, since I did go see it this week, it's by the same people, the same Studio Chizu, who did Wolf Children and The Boy and the Beast. Which I've seen Wolf Children, I have not seen The Boy and the Beast of their other movies. But Mirai is or Mirai of the Future, as they call it, as well, is it's an interesting, very like family show, that has one weirdly very dark scene, like pretty close to the end, but it's basically about this really bratty little kid who is quite upset because his parents don't pay as much attention to him anymore after they have a baby daughter. So he's kind of throwing tantrums and just being a nuisance, basically, all around. And this show really focuses in on these short little segments where the boy has all of these kind of interactions with various members of the family in these sort of dream sequence segments. So these members of the family could include like a great-grandfather or the family dog or his sister, but in like middle school. So it's a really interesting show. And there's one scene in particular that I really enjoyed the art style in, even though it had some of the 3D stuff in it that's not great. But there's this really cool scene in the movie where he gets lost in a big train station. And this is the kind of creepy one that I was talking about. Fantastic scene. And the character is the little boy loves trains. Like, he's memorized all the names of different trains and all this stuff. And they kind of first hint at it when he's looking in the distance and sees this train, and he says, "Oh, what kind of train is that? I don't know this one." And then later finds out a little more about it, and it has this really creepy design to the train.
Oh, okay.
Which is fantastic. So highly recommend it if you get the chance to go see it. It's really good. All their movies, really. Studio Chizu has just kind of nailed it, and they all seem to be, from what I've seen, just really kind of fun, positive, family-centric shows. So, yeah, if you want just like a nice, heartfelt show,
yeah,
it's great.
No, I can get into it.
That has elements of fantasy. They all have elements of fantasy.
I may have to check it out if it ever comes to like a streaming platform.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if any of their other movies have, so
yeah.
I guess
so
good luck
there's a
with
good
that.
chance. There's a good chance there's a good chance I won't see it for a while, but
yeah.
On the off chance it does, I'll be there.
Yeah, but anyway, I've gone off enough on that by myself, so.
Oh, nice. It's a thing you can actually watch.
Trey, also, if we can talk about it briefly, I recently have been watching, I guess as they pronounce it in the show, Wakfu.
Oh, yes. Oh, you told me about this. Yeah, you're doing the dive. You're doing the Wakfu dive.
I will say, I started watching it, like, when the episode came out that you mentioned it. So that was, like, several months ago?
Yeah.
And I basically watched like 1 or 2 episodes a month until last week, when all of a sudden the show like finally grabbed my attention.
Oh yeah, no, it takes a while. It is not a
no.
It is a slow burn. Like I said, it is a really like I'd say like most people. It's probably not a show for most people. But if it gets you, I think it's a good show.
Yeah, and I'm kind of worried, like, now, like, I'm continuing watching it because I want it to reach that same point that it got, like, at the end of the first season.
Yeah, oh my god,
I was like, holy crap, is this actually a kid's show?
Right? Oh my lord. The nice thing, what I like is that, and this is how the order you should probably watch it in is, how far are you currently?
I am, I think about, probably a little over halfway through season 2.
Okay, so, at the end of season 2, the series got, like, soft canceled, it was kind of in hiatus, like limbo. Nobody knew what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 3 OVAs that were made. They're also on Netflix, so you can watch those.
Yeah, and I think I saw those ones. So
yeah, so what you want to do is you want to watch the Ogress movie first, which takes place in the past, so you won't really know any of the characters or anything, but it's very important for one of the OVAs.
Okay.
And then you watch the first OVA, and then you watch the second one. Yeah, and then you watch all 3 of the OVAs. But before you watch any of the OVAs, you could also at least look at the summary of the manga they made, because there's a major time skip between season 2 and 3, like a pretty hefty time skip.
Yeah. Wait, there's actually a manga? Like, isn't this a French made?
It's French. Manga, quote unquote.
Okay.
It's a French made animation. Like, people call it a manga because it's very
in
much
the style
like
of it?
anime inspired.
Okay.
And there's also a Dofus movie, which I think it's only tangentially related. Like, there's an important character in the Dofus stuff, which is on Verve. I think it's only on Verve, but that you should watch just because the animation in that movie is absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
like it blows my mind. I'll show you a clip from that movie just so you can see just how crazy the animation is in that. Like it blows my mind all to pieces.
Yeah. No, the animation has been really cool in it too. That's
and it keeps getting better and better too as it goes. Like season 3 is absolutely gorgeous the whole way through.
Like honestly, one of my favorite little scenes. It was just such a simple little thing, But it was like in one of the it might have been in the final episode. I think it was in the final episode of season 1 where the main villain is just standing there with two major characters on each side of him, and his like arm with a sword in it like just rotates down clockwise to the other character. And it was just such a simple little way they animated it of like doing it very clockwork and very clock-like. But it really just somehow like hit me there. Like it was
and it fits his character design really well too.
It really does.
He's very clock inspired. Did you that freaking dragon fight in that season, like where he fights the dragon?
Oh goodness,
that was fucking sick. That was so good.
That was like right when the show turned around for me. That was when I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch the rest of this now.
Don't if you're waiting if you're like, oh, this is too kiddie, and then you get like to season 2 and you're like, oh, this is too kiddie too. Just wait till the end of season 2 and you'll be like, what the fuck?
Okay, because it's been,
how is this
like it's gotten back to the kiddiness again. Like it.
Yes, it does. It gets really. Season 2, I think, is both is like one of the best and worst seasons because the middle is so bloated with like
goodness. And
nothing.
I think I'm in the bloat right now. Like the last episode I was in was the one with the what is it? The rabbit creatures. Some dungeon, that they're going into, but
which is like a nothing.
Which also
like,
they just kind of like it just came out of nowhere. There wasn't any explanation of why they got there, how they're like.
Yeah, you can tell they just had like ideas for episodes and they just kind of did them. Yeah. Like they don't really.
Which it had some cool little scenes in the beginning. I liked all the like classic video game references and stuff they had in that.
Yeah,
but it was out of place and it didn't really. I don't know. They feel like they just jump all around the place, and they have a lot of interesting, cool stories hidden in it. Like I honestly wish they had expanded more on the villain in the first season.
Yeah, they do. They do a little bit later.
Do they? Okay, because they seem to really create an interesting story for him, and then they just barely touch on it. Like there's the couple small flashbacks which are just out of nowhere, and then he is gone, and they never return to that.
Yeah, like they do explain it later.
Guess,
a fair amount, quite a bit later.
Okay.
They always say they explain. They never like go into like a really deep dive on him. They just like kind of like bring him up every once in a while because he was important, especially because he had the Elia cube, and the Elia cube is like really important.
Is it? Okay, it's kind of, I don't know, lost importance for a little bit now in the show.
Yeah, like I said, there's like season 2 is a lot of like just not of just nothing happening. But I really, really treasure that show just for like the moments that it just really hits you because there's a lot of crap. But if you're willing to like get through that,
I mean, there was also the really
cool
parts. Scene at the beginning of the like second season where they're fighting in that town.
Oh, that was so good! Yeah, when he's trying to resurrect what's his face?
Yeah, geez, now I'm blanking on it. But Dally.
Yeah. That was crazy. And like there's like I said, once you get to like the latter third of the season, you'll be like, what the fuck, so good.
Yeah.
And then luckily season 3 is basically no filler. Like it's they have the run length of it.
Well, it looks like based on the thumbnails in Netflix, which kind of are ruining things in some ways for me. Like it is very much hinted at what's coming into the future because one of them is showing various children that are.
I wish. Yeah, right. Doesn't that fucking suck? Because like that is that's really stupid. I wish they wouldn't have showed that because it's like again that like hints at the giant time skip that happens. Like it's a really just like a lot of things happen in that time skip.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's an interesting show. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'll have to try to find. Is that movie isn't on Netflix? Is it?
Which one? Dofus?
You mentioned something about Ogress.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think all of them are on Netflix. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
Except for the Dofus movie, which is on Verve. Verve is the only place you can find the Dofus movie. But
okay, I might have to finally get Verve. But
I mean, it's pretty good.
I like it.
Yeah. So anyway, Dan, did you have any shows you wanted to?
I think that was like, yeah, all my shows.
Mainly Squid
except
Man.
for Word to my boys at the Great British Baking Show. Watch it if you haven't. Just do it. It's really good. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple. I got some stuff to talk about, show wise. I did watch the first episode of Hero Mask, that new anime Netflix made.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Eh. So far, it's not really grabbed my attention. I'll be honest. I think the animation is snappy, and I like that. It seems to be. It seems a lot like it's trying to be like Be the Beginning, which is like another show that came out this year from Netflix. But like the characters aren't as interesting. Like the mystery isn't as interesting.
Interesting.
Is this another Netflix made series or another Netflix original okay.
It's a Netflix made anime.
Okay.
Which is funny because Be the Beginning is also a Netflix made anime, but
It's just they had two different teams working on these shows. Like, all right, guys, get the people what they want.
yeah, and it's interesting. I'll watch some more of it to see if it picks up at any point, because like I've watched the first 2 episodes, or one. I watched the first episode and I watched very nearly all the second episode, and it's just like it's just like stuff is just happening, and I don't really care about any of the characters so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping it picks up at some point, because it's just not grabbing me yet.
Yeah. I was worried about it too, because Netflix hasn't really released any of their like original anime that I've been interested in quite a while.
Yeah, they've been doing a really poor job. Like they have a bunch of like bad shows they've made.
Yeah, which is why when I saw this pop up,
Like,
I was not really that inclined to just jump into it.
I mean, that's the thing with Netflix shows is honestly, there's like the good ones are real good, and they hit it out of the park. If the bad ones, like,
Yeah.
And they just end up being such slogs usually because Netflix likes to just make things go as long as they want. So the bad ones end up being even worse.
Yeah.
I just want I kind of wonder like how they decide what even should be an anime, because like some of the premises of these shows is just so stupid. Like just like maximum dumb. They just like decide like the fucking Ico incarnation is just it's just so bad. I just can't even understand like why it's like the way it is.
Yeah, I don't know with that. I mean, even some of the stuff that they licensed, like, Sword Guy. Although I heard Sword Guy was actually alright.
Did they do a second season of that?
Sword Guy? They just did the first season like this year.
Or maybe they just released more episodes? I don't know, because I thought I just saw something pop up recently about that, but anyway,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
I watched like one episode of it. The main character seemed way too emotionless.
Yeah, it was kind of like cool anime hero guy. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. And then Netflix also finally, speaking of Netflix anime, finally released to us, well, a while ago, 7 Deadly Sins season 2.
Oh, yep, I watched all that.
Yeah, I watched it in like a day or two.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I say watch. I kind of skipped around a bit to the parts I wanted to watch.
Yeah, praise the sun.
Yeah, I need to see Escanor. I need to see like Meliodas just like kick the shit out of or like get the shit kicked out of him by the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is, I don't know, with that show. I feel like that show could be so much better.
Yeah. It's not a bad show by any means,
not at
but
all.
yeah, I know what you mean. I wish it had like the Hiroaka budget.
Yeah, which
So like
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the show, as soon as they like introduced at the second season, the like, oh yeah, let's talk about power levels, I was immediately
Yeah,
like,
no, I feel like that's
no.
Anytime you throw power levels into your show.
That almost lost me when they first they were talking about it unironically, like it wasn't just like power levels, haha, Dragon Ball had that. No, it's important. The power level thing is like an important like thing about it, and Luckily, I'm able to just ignore it and just get into like how absurd over the top the fights are.
I enjoyed about it is the like sort of recurring joke. It wasn't a great joke, but it was the only thing that made it slightly redeemable. Is the recurring joke that they keep lying to the little pig as to what its power level is.
Yeah.
Don't you talk about the Scraps Captain that way.
Scraps Captain. I mean, I like I said, the reason I even stick with Seven Deadly Sins is how it just for the ridiculous over the top fights.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like that's definitely.
I'm assuming neither of you have read the manga, right? Or did you read the manga, Dan? I can't remember.
I tried to, but I got bored.
Okay, yeah, it's like that. But man, there are some really good fights in it. That's like it. Like if you could just read it fight to fight and just ignore the plot for the most part, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I know there are people who definitely can't do that. Do that though.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. Someday, somehow, we're gonna figure it out, but not right now.
That seems like a good cue to end the podcast.
I know you're wondering.
Okay.
When.
All right. No, we're good. We're done. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh wait, was that actually it?
I don't know.
I guess I'll sing Chad Kroger karaoke by myself.